you doing today? I hope that you are doing amazing and fantastic and wonderful. So, it's June. It's the start of summer break. And if you listen to Cozy in the Chaos, my podcast that I do with my dear friend Catherine, then you know that we did a summer reading challenge. And I just thought that it would be fun to talk to you guys about the summer reading challenge and show some books that I'm planning on reading this summer. So there are 7 different sort of challenges in this reading challenge, and I'm super excited to share that with you. So the very first one, excuse me, the very first one is a book with a yellow cover. How much more summer can you get? I'm choosing Living the Vida Lola. This is a Lola Cruz mystery series by Melissa Bourbon. This is the first in the series, and if that does not scream summer, I don't know what else does. Meet Lola Cruz, a fiery, full-fledged detective at Camacho and Associates. Her boss is Manny Camacho, a muy caliente former cop with a Laura Croft lookalike girlfriend and a sudden personal interest in Lola, her first big case, a missing mother who may not want to be found. And I'm super, super, super excited to dive in, and you know, it's giving me Stephanie Plum vibes is how I'm feeling. And I love Melissa. She is fantastic, one of the sweetest people ever, and I can't wait to dive in. Our next challenge is a book with a one-word title. So this is actually going to be a reread for me, but this is Herland. So it is by Charlotte Perkins Gilman, and this was written quite a while ago. It originally came out, let me see, the original copyright, I feel like this came out in like the 20s or 30s. It doesn't say show on here. But it is super, super short. I love, I read this for my science fiction by women's course, and I love that I still have like all of my sticky notes and things in here from that, so I can't wait to like see what I say. This book is super, super short. It's 124 pages. It'll be so easy to go through. But it says, in Herland, Gilman's vision of a female feminist utopia, she employs her humor to engaging effect in a story about 3 male explorers who stumble upon an all-female society isolated somewhere in South America. Noting the advanced state of the civilization they've encountered, the visitors set out to find some males, assuming that since the country is so civilized, there must be men. A delightful fantasy, the story enables Gilman to articulate her then unconventional views of male-female roles and capabilities, motherhood, individuality, privacy, the sense of community, sexuality, and many other topics. And I really enjoyed it the first time around, but again, I was reading it for school, so I had on like my scholarly cap. I want to know how I'm going to feel now that I'm reading it on my own a few years later, and if I still agree with my post-it notes that are inside. The next book I have is a book based in a real US city, and I'm going to read a picture book. It's called Unspeakable, The Tulsa Race Massacre. I'll pop it up right here. I'm going to borrow it from Catherine, and we just commemorated the 100 years since the Tulsa Race Massacre. And if you don't know what the Tulsa Race Massacre is, we had a district in Tulsa called the Greenwood District, and it was called Black Wall Street. And it had very prosperous, hard-working African-American families. It's a gorgeous strip downtown, and there was some turmoil, and the Caucasian citizens decided to burn down, pillage, murder hundreds of African Americans, and I can't even really give you all of the unspeakableness that happened during that time. And so I want to read more about it. I used to volunteer for the Tulsa Historical Society, and they had a whole entire room based on the Tulsa, they at that point called it a Tulsa race riot, but it's a massacre. And I'm wanting to broaden my mind even more when it comes to that era in my city's history. All right, so the next book I have is a book of short stories. So I'm finally going to finish The Office of Historical Corrections by Danielle Evans. This is a novella and stories. I am 109 pages in, and there are only 265 pages left. This is a book where you don't just binge read it, you let it sit and simmer with you. It is, again, African American told, and it's Danielle Evans' short fiction has long inspired devotion and celebration. The Office of Historical Corrections, she brings her blistering smart voice and x-ray insights into the subjects of race and U.S. history. With this novella and stories, Evans considers how and why some people choose to confront history while others to outrun it. And I'm one of those ones that want to confront it. And so I'm going to finish this one. It stares at me from the shelf, but it's one of those things where I think about it every single day. I just need to push myself to pick it up and read a short story a week. So that is The Office of Historical Corrections, and I'm super excited about that. The next one that I have is a book that has won awards, and this one, it's a Newbery Award, so this is sort of middle grade kind of book. It is The Girl Who Drank the Moon by Kelly Barnhill. This looks adorable. So it's this little girl who is raised by a witch, and then she is trying to figure out what she should do with these powers that she was accidentally given. And it looks so freaking cute. The next one is a book published in the 1990s. Now, I was born in 1990. I'm gonna be 31 in July. And so I'm going to reread One for the Money by Janet Ivanovich, the first in the Stephanie Plum mystery series. Stephanie Plum is down on her luck, and she really needs a job, so she talks to family and friends, and she becomes a bounty hunter, and she's the worst bounty hunter in the whole entire world, but she's hilarious and somehow quite lucky to be able to do the things that she does. It's hilarious, and I think I've read like the first like 17 or 18 in the series. I know I'm behind by quite a bit, but I want to start all over. I want to start all over with Morelli. I want to start it all over with Ranger, and I want to relive a book that I read almost 10 years ago. Gosh. Ugh. I don't like thinking in times and years. Let's not do that. Okay, last but certainly not least is a book suggested by a friend. So one of Catherine's absolute favorite books of all time is Cersei, and this is by Madeline Miller, and it won Book of the Year in 2018. And so this is in the house of Helios, god of the sun, and mightiest of the Titans, a daughter is born. But Cersei is a strange child, not obviously powerful like her father, nor viciously alluring like her mother. Turning to the world of mortals for companionship, she discovers that she does possess power, the power of witchcraft, which can transform rivals into monsters and menace the gods themselves. So it seems like my theme is sort of like magic, feminism, badass women, African-American society, systemic racism kind of vibe, as well as let's throw in some murder mystery, like female cops kind of bounty hunters. That's my summer for you. I don't know if that is a good mixture, or like, am I just being a little chaotic? You can tell me down below. What are some books that you plan on reading? These are not all the books that I plan on reading, and I'm super excited to have this summer off. I think it's going to be a nice cleanse, relax, and reset. But that's the end of this chapter of Courtagonist. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, guys, happy reading. Bye.